Hi, good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, the 10th day of April 2024. This is Callistus Jean-Louis, counseling psychologist and emotional intelligence coach. Today, I want to welcome you to this program. Once again, I want to thank every one of you who have given me constructive feedback in terms of how this program has benefited you, how you are enjoying the program, and how you are even sharing the videos to help others. And this is what it is all about. This is what spirituality is all about. It's not about self, but it's about others. Today, we want to continue on our program on emotional intelligence. Today, I want to stress on 5 sections of emotional intelligence so that we can get an in-depth understanding about what emotional intelligence is all about. Because we have said that emotional intelligence helps in leadership qualities, it helps in family life, emotional intelligence helps in developing good team spirits. Emotional intelligence helps in the success and productivity of businesses. It helps to heal relationships. So, what really is emotional intelligence, and what are the components of intelligence that are so important to build that type of resilience, to build those type of characteristics and values that seems to be aiding us in terms of our human growth and development. One of the first aspects of emotional intelligence is what we call self-awareness. Emotional intelligence assists us in terms of being aware of what is happening to us now. It helps us to do a SWOT analysis of ourselves. In other words, some individual or an individual who has high emotional intelligence will be able to understand his or her strengths. What are my potentials? What is it that I am capable of doing? That is important. Self-awareness also allows us to take cognizance of what is happening in our body during a time of crisis. In other words, an individual is going through some difficult times. There is an unfolding event that the individual is exposed to. What self-awareness would do is take cognizance of what is happening in the body. How am I feeling? Do I recognize this surge of energy that is developing within me because something challenging, some crisis situation is unfolding right before me. So your body is in the preparation or is preparing to fight or flight, to face what is happening or to move away from what it is happening. Self-awareness helps us to take cognizance and identify what is happening in my body. To say, yes, I feel this surge of energy and I am in a position to get angry. And when I am angry, I am liable to do things that will hurt me and also hurt others. So then, having taken cognizance of what is happening in the individual's body, the changes that the individual is feeling, the surge in energy, you can feel the anger developing and ready to burst. Someone with a high emotional intelligence will take the time to recognize what is happening and to be in a position to act. The other aspect of emotional intelligence is that of self-control. An individual who exhibits characteristics of emotional intelligence is in a position to control how they respond to a situation. Now, remember I said respond and not react. Whenever an individual finds his or herself in a threatening situation, in a situation that they feel insecure, in a situation where they feel that their rights are being violated, in a situation where they feel disrespected, the natural response or the natural way the individual faces the crisis is to react. And when we talk about reacting, it is without thought. They have not thought through the situation. They have not critically analyzed the situation. They have not critically assessed what is happening to them in terms of the signals that their body is sending. And they will react. In other words, they allow the impulsive nature, the animal nature in us, that's why we call it the reptilian brain, to react to the situation, rather than rising above the animalistic nature, the trait nature, or the biological nature that is within us, and move to the spiritual and intellectual nature, which helps us to critically analyze the situation, look at all the variables, and act within their best interest. Okay? And that is where self-control, they are better able to regulate their bodies, to calm themselves down. Hence, we are now seeing the reason for people who display high levels of emotional intelligence, how they develop positive relationships, whether in the home, whether in their marriage, or whether in the workplace, because they have greater emotional control over their circumstances. They have what the Bible calls self-control. They are temperate. They are able to regulate their behaviors through thought processes that are healthy and positive. The other aspect of emotional intelligence is motivation. People who have high levels of emotional intelligence there is a force that drives them, and that force is motivation. They are motivated to take action because they realize that they are leaders, and leaders model positive behaviors to the people that they are leading. So there is always the desire to motivate themselves. In other words, when there are challenges in the home, when there are challenges in the marriage, when there are challenges in the workplace, people with high levels of emotional intelligence, they do not see themselves as victims. They do not see themselves as losers. They do not blame themselves in negative ways. Rather, they see every crisis as an opportunity for greatness. Every crisis is an opportunity to excel. They see every crisis to live exceptional lives that leaves a mark on the family. Why? Because they are very innovative. They find ways to find solutions to problems, and they are motivated to do just that. The other aspect of it is people with high levels of emotional intelligence display empathy. They listen to your concerns and they show compassion. They listen to not just what is being said, but they also listen to what that is not being said, because they want to connect with you. Hence, family members or people who are in marital relationships, if they have high level of emotional intelligence, first thing you will notice that that man or that woman is very respectful. They can connect to you. They will display compassion. In other words, when we say compassion, they are willing to do whatever it takes to restore the relationship. These people make you feel comfortable, even when what that is being said can be controversial. They still allow you to communicate with them and yet still they will not disrespect you, but they will show concern. They will show love. They will show caring, and they will embrace you. That's the reason it says good emotional intelligence always enhances relationships, because they are ever ready to be non-judgmental, all embracing, and to make restoration. The last one that we'll be dealing with is relationship building. People with high emotional intelligence are always willing to build relationships. They see no benefits in relationships being disintegrated. So if your husband, if your wife loves you, well, they will then display the characteristics and values of emotional intelligence in terms of doing whatever it takes to build that relationship. They understand the concept of the emotional bank, the withdrawals and the deposits. They understand when you withdraw from your emotional bank, it hurts, it breaks the relationship down, it pushes the individual apart, and it breaks the relationship down. And they also understand the value of making deposits. Deposits are the things that you do that brings the relationship together. The things that you do that will reduce the stress levels in the relationship. The things that you do that make each other feel valued and appreciated. This is what we call relationship building. And the point of all of that is that these 5 areas, self-awareness, emotional control, motivation, empathy, and relationship building, lays the foundation for good and healthy relationships. And that is the power of emotional intelligence. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned when we will go a little deeper in looking at emotional intelligence. So if you really and truly appreciate this video, I would ask you to click on the like button. I would ask you to share it with somebody who really needs the information. And I would also ask you to please subscribe to this video where everyone can benefit from this video. I thank you once more till when we meet again.